Hi everybody. Now we are going to discuss about the transportation problems. In these transportation problems, we are considering the situations like there are some 3 resource centers and then there are 4 distribution centers. Each resource centers can supply these 25 units, 35 units and 40 units respectively, A, B and C. Similarly, these distribution centers has got the demand of 20 units, 30 units, 35 units and 15 units. So, this is supply and this one is demand. And then these cell values indicate the cost of transportation of single unit from one supply center to the one distribution center. For example, if you want to supply 1 unit from center A to 1, the cost will be 3 units. Suppose if n units are transferred, n into 3 will be the cost of transportation. Similarly, the transportation cost of all the centers to the distribution centers are given. Now initially, before solving this problem, we have to see whether the supply and demand are same. Here the supply is 100 and demand is also 100. So this problem is said to be a balanced problem. Suppose if it is not matching, suppose if supply is extra, then we can introduce one more supply center so that you can match this by adding either row or column by adding the difference value in that column. Now let us consider this. In forthcoming lectures we will see some unbalanced problem. Now this transportation cost has to be minimized. In what way we can allocate the supply as well as demand so that the total cost of transportation is minimum. For this there are 3 methods. One is northwest corner rule. Northwest corner rule. Next one is lowest cost method. Third one is Vogel's approximation method. Now first let us see this northwest corner rule. Northwest corner rule. This rule is very simple. We are just concentrating on this northwest corner of the table. Here in this one, what is the demand and what is the supply we are just analyzing. The supply is 25 units, the demand is 20 units, the center needs only 20 units. So we can allocate maximum of 20 units here. So its whole demand is satisfied. So we can strike out this and then here the balance of 5 units is available with the resource center A. Now since the distribution center is over, we can just strike off this. We are not going to consider this column no more. Now we are left with this, so that here we can just move on to either this place, either right or go down. Since this one is completely over, we are just going to the next cell in this way. So the next possible cell, here the supply is 5 and demand is 30. So here at most we can allocate the minimum value of these two, that means the 5 units. That means with this the whole supply of the A distribution center is completely over, and then here the balance of 25 units this center needs. So the demand will be 25 units here and then the supply is completely cancelled. So in this way the whole supply of the A unit is over, and then now we can just come to the supply center B. That means we can just come down. That means this row we can just strike off. Now we can just come down for the next cell. Here the demand is 25 and supply is 35. So here we can maximum allocate the lowest value. That means the lowest demand. So I mean by applying 25 units, the demand of the second distribution center is completely over. So we can strike off this and then balance there will be 10 units as will be with your B supply center. Now this supply center our distribution center demand is over, so we can just strike up this. Now we can just move on to the next cell. Here in this cell we are just analyzing, the demand is 35, supply is 10. So here we can allocate only the maximum supply of 10 units. Then this will be over, and then the balance of 25 units this distribution center needs. That means here further we can just go down. Here in this cell we can allocate maximum of 25. Since 40 and 25, the minimum is 25, we can allocate this. This one will be cancelled, and here there will be some 15 units. So this 15 units has to be allocated to this cell. There is only cell left out. So these 15 units can be allocated here, so that this and this both can be cancelled. Now whole demand as well as supply is completely matching. So this is one possible way of transportation schedule. In this transportation schedule, the cost can be computed like this. So the transportation of 3 units at the cost of 20 rupees. So here 3 into 20 will be the transportation cost for this cell. For the next cell, 1 into 5. For the next cell, 6 into 25. For the other cell, 5 into 10. For the next cell, 3 into 25. For the next cell, 2 into 15. When you sum up, you will be getting the total transportation cost. The total transportation cost in this case will be 380 units. So this gives the initial basic feasible solution. There is any other method or any other solution which gives the lower value than this or not, we don't know. So initially this northwest corner rule is giving a solution which is possible. That is why this solution is called initial basic feasible solution. So this is one of the feasible solution, but it's not optimal solution. That we have to remember. So this solution is an initial basic feasible solution which is proposed by your northwest corner rule. The same problem we can try to solve by using this LCM method and VIM method in the next coming videos.